Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday. How are you this Wednesday night? Welcome to Wednesday night, people. Right? It's Wednesday. Just making sure I get my days right here. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. How are you this evening? Tell me about your Wednesday. Wednesday. What is happening in your world tonight? What are you grateful for? Hey, Kitty, welcome to the program. How are things in Illinois today? Tell me about your day. What is happening? Adele and Dazzle are there. Great to have you all here tonight. Love that you're all joining us on this Wednesday. I know I'm more ish than 8, but I'm also going to be more quick than slow tonight. How's that? Because this is between me and dinner tonight. But I am glad to have you all here. Yeah, they are. It is the hot thing to say you got a shot. Boom. It is the hot thing to be able to say you got a shot. I'm looking forward to when I can tell you I got one. That's what I'm looking forward to, when I can start this program and say, I got one right here. Or right there. I'm flexible. Whatever they want to shoot it. Let's just get her done. Get her done, as it is said. Hey, Pat and the Peanut Gallery are here. Great to have you with us. Great to have you with us tonight. Great to have everybody here. You know what? It's Hump Day. Hump Day, I'm telling you. But it is, yes, there is a renewed sense of excitement about the vaccines, about how quickly they're getting out, about everything. So there is a lot of good things. I didn't watch the webinar, Deanne, but I have been talking to the top people at the SBA, so I do better than webinars. Nice. Let's go to the fair. I want to go to the fair. I love fairs. Let's open up the fairgrounds. Let's get everybody vaccinated. Let's get this moving. I am excited for it. I am very excited for it. So there is a lot of good. They've only been giving out stickers, Adele, in some places. Some people are getting a virtual badge. Vina got a sticker. I saw Vina got a sticker. But they are not giving out stickers like they do when they vote. They really should. They've been giving some virtual stickers and stuff, but I'm with you. You need that sticker of pride. I'm glad, Pat, that March is off to a good start. I'm glad you're on the treadmill, Kelly. That is very good. I'm excited for that. It would be wonderful if we could have a state fair. All the New England states together have one that's not far from us, and we usually go. It's neat because in addition to the general fairgrounds, each state has their own state building, and it's actually guarded by state police from their state and has little neat things from that state, and it's always a good time. I would love state fairs and love to get that going. Texas, I'm assuming, will have one this year since they're back to normal. But I do like the Texas State Fair, but I'm not sure with the way Texas is going. I want to be in Texas right now. But the Texas State Fair is a great state fair. But I'm glad things are off to a good start for a lot of you. I'm glad that you have excited customers. I'm glad that there are good things happening. And there are good things. So let's get started tonight because you are between me and dinner tonight. I did not get dinner in before I came on tonight. I've had so much going on that I did not get that. So let's get going. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is where we start this program. Hey, Sarah, great to have you here live. Tonight, if you're following along in the book, we are on page 186. Hey, Michelle, how are you? I'm glad you tuned in. I'm wearing your sweater that you like. I'm wearing the sweater Michelle likes. I'll step back for you, Michelle. There you go. We're on page 186. Tonight. Good morning. Set the thermostat for your heart today. The temp where you like it. You know yourself. You know what you need. Take your time. Well, I'm glad for the new restaurant, Sylvia. I'm sorry that it's taking up all the parking. But I am hopeful that'll work itself out and get you some new customers. So a little bit of both there, Sylvia, so that we can you can balance business and good neighborliness. Yeah, I've gotten more compliments from you on this sweater than anybody else, Michelle. But hey. Red is my color. It is my color palette, so it does work for me. So I know what a lot of you want to talk about is what I don't have complete answers on, or many of you want to talk about. Okay, I've got about 200 pages of new and exciting documents from our friends at the Treasury and at the SBA. The acting director of the SBA, Tammy Perillo, don't quote me on pronouncing her last name. Madam Acting Administrator is what I call her. They dropped a whole slew of documents tonight. New applications for the PPP, new rules, 120 pages of new rules regarding the PPP. And ultimately, when you slice through it, and I have given it a cursory read. I have given it a cursory read tonight. So I have done slightly more than skim, but have not read all the pages as I will. And so thus I am not posting the applications for you tonight. I will have them up tomorrow. But that is the big news, is that is. So what is the big news in that? It's they've actually defined the math for sole proprietors. Okay? And that is a big deal. So, well, it's new rules for sole proprietors. If you haven't gotten a PPP, they have not directly answered, and I've been pushing Tammy Perillo, the acting administrator, and Roger, her deputy, who's the SBA director, for, will you reopen PPPs? Will you allow people who have gotten their PPPs to go back and recalculate it under the new rules? And so far, they're ignoring that question, okay? They know it's everybody's question. So right now, they're focused on all the people who have gotten nothing. And that is admirable. I understand the perspective where they and the administration are coming from. But it's also, the new math really lends itself to helping so many more people in different ways, okay? Had you known this new math was going to come out, many of you would have waited. If you could have used gross profit, gross income, okay, instead of net profit, you would have used it, okay, if you are a Schedule C filer, if you file a Schedule C. You would have used that. You would have used gross because it would have yielded a much larger PPP. And they further defined it, so you have to take gross sales less, which is line 7 of your Schedule C. Line 7 of your Schedule C, less line 14, 19, and 26. Well, yeah, but they're at least, I mean, they're ignoring them, Kitty, but, I mean, the fact that they're taking my emails and calls is actually pretty impressive. I would ignore me, but they seem to take my calls. So I don't know why, but they do. So line 7, minus line 14, line, so hang on a second, I even have printed tonight a Schedule C. So if you are looking at a good old-fashioned IRS Schedule C, here, line 7 is gross income. Line 7 is gross income. Okay? Lines that have to be subtracted from gross income are lines 14, employee benefit programs. Line 19, pension and profit sharing plans, and line 26, wages less employment credit. So basically, payroll that, money that's being spent on other people's payroll has to be subtracted out. You can add that back in another area. You can add payroll back into the calculation because you're still allowed to use payroll as part of it. But for calculating the owner's portion of this, you're basically using the gross income minus any wages paid to others. Hey, Kim, how are you? So this ends out C filer. Okay, it is a huge difference. It is an absolutely huge difference, and it will help many people and many companies. I will go through the new applications tomorrow night on it, and I will have any other information I'm able to yank out of our friends in Washington overnight. I would love them to allow recalculation of people that have already gotten a PPP. Because, again, this will go right into the economy. If you got, even if you've already gotten a PPP and you're a Schedule C filer, if you were able to get more money, this is going to go right back into your business. You're not going to go buy a boat, although I have somebody that was stupid enough to do that today. Let's cover that idiot. Hang on one second. I have that moron here. There's always somebody dumb like that. What do I do with it? Ah, here she is. What did this woman do? A Houston woman accused of buying homes, a Land Rover, Chanel items, and an alleged $3.7 million PPP scam. A 37-year-old Houston woman is being accused of buying dozens of luxury items using CARES Act money. The Justice Department indicted 37-year-old LaDonna Wiggins with bank fraud, making a false statement to a bank, and money laundering. According to a statement issued on Tuesday, Wiggins submitted 2 PPP loan applications and received more than $3.6 million. The charges allege she used the money to make personal purchases, including 2 homes. One was for her mom, though. One was for her mom, in all fairness. Multiple vehicles and luxury goods. One home was $725,000 in Katy, and another in Cypress, Texas. $78,000 for a 2020 Land Rover. She didn't get the 2021 model, and $63,000 at Chanel. She also purchased at Saks and other. Yes, like your car's navigation system, Michelle. Let's recalculate. Exactly. So they are not going to look kindly on her. Prison in Texas is not a good place. Let me tell you, prison in Texas is not a good place. But again, this program is overwhelmingly helping millions of small businesses, millions of communities, millions of small business owners, and it's keeping millions of people employed. Okay, there's gonna be bad people like LaShonda, whatever her name was. LaDonna. Okay, there's going to be bad people like that. Okay, you are not bad people, and this is helping you. Okay, I can't stress enough, and I stress it in every conversation, every email, that we are incredibly grateful for all the fine work of all the great people at the SBA, and the people at Treasury, and even the people in Congress that are getting the work done to make this possible, to keep American main streets the lights on. I mean, that's really what this comes down to. It's keeping the lights on, and it's keeping people employed. How did you get so much money, Michelle? It is called fraud. There as many checks and balances. People with too much time on their hands can create a lot of catch up with you. Fraud is bad. Fraud is bad. Do not commit fraud. Okay? I want you to have everything you're entitled to, but you are not entitled to a boat. You are not entitled to a land boat from this. Okay? You guys are doing amazing, okay? But the government is not here to buy you a new Land Rover. It is not here to buy you a new boat, a new RV, a new house for your mom. It is not here to do that. The other thing that's going on tonight, so I will cover more on the Schedule C, the application, everything. We have till the end of the month on the PPP to get your applications in. So I want to make sure, if you have not applied before because you didn't think you were going to get enough, you're a Schedule C filer, it wasn't worth all the paperwork, the math has really changed and it is in your favor. So we will step through that tomorrow night. I promise you we will step through it. I will have some time tomorrow. I will digest everything I have and get those applications, updated applications, up for you. I do appreciate, actually, that they didn't pull the normal government Friday night dump. So I actually do give them credit at Treasury and the SBA. They did not pull the Friday night dump and dump all this late on a Friday night. They dumped it the middle of the week when they're still there. They're still there to answer questions and take questions from people. You got to also keep in mind that even though this dump tonight, I have it all on my desk over there, the banks aren't ready for it yet. The banks will be sorting it out like I will tomorrow. So, the fact that your bank doesn't have the new application yet, the fact that your bank doesn't know what you're talking about yet, that about line 7 less line 14, 19, and 26, the fact that they don't know that yet, don't shoot the banker, okay? They're just trying to keep up with all this stuff, okay? We're all trying to keep up with it, okay? So we're moving forward with that. The other thing that I've been getting from the SBA this week and was mentioned earlier today by Sylvia, did do a post earlier, is that the SBA, it has been doing earlier in February and everything, they've been getting back people their idle advances that had already submitted for forgiveness or had already paid back their idle advance. The SBA has been returning that money. But it is also going back and recalculating people's idle advance to get them the additional money. And you may get an email from the SBA about that. And you need to respond if you get that email. Sometimes they're just sending the money. Sometimes they're asking for additional follow-up questions. Either way, if they ask for a response, you should respond. But in my talk with Roger at the SBA, what's his last name? Roger Garland, at the SBA, they are really working on getting that. They're also looking at people who got no idle advance. People that got no idle advance, they're working on those right now to assess those, and they started in the by congressional low-income areas. It's a government assessment of low-income areas. You may consider yourself a high area, but if the government considers you a low area, they're going to, if you've got no idle advance, they're going to be looking at you to get you the $10,000 that you're eligible for. So that is happening. Some of you just may wake up one morning with an extra 10 grand in your account and say, hey, Neil, where did this 10 grand come from? That came from Uncle Sam and your friends at the SBA and Treasury. But that is a process that is ongoing. They are working through it. Again, very appreciative of our friends at the SBA and the work that they are doing to make this happen. They are doing a phenomenal job getting this out there because this is keeping people employed. This is keeping the lights on at businesses. They know it, they get it, and they're doing it, and they're being incredibly responsive. So that is happening. If you only got a few $1,000s as your idle advance, they are making up the difference and bringing that up to the $10,000. So these are all things that are in process and happening, and on a daily basis. I am seeing that happen, and I'm hearing the cha-ching of people's bank accounts. Okay, I'm getting texts and emails from people. Hey, I got the money, and you know, that is a wonderful thing. I tell these people in government all the time that they don't know how much relief that brings on a small business. How much you're able to sleep better at night, knowing that has hit your bank account. It's not like you stuff your pillow with it or anything, but how you know, a PPP approval, you know, is really helping you sleep better, and how that's making things happen. So it is happening. It is being very, very, very active in that. So that is good news for a lot of people. Your idle advance is forgiven. That is awesome, Sarah. Yeah, that's exactly what's supposed to be happening. So there's a lot of good news with that. There's a lot of good news going on out there. So that's what I wanted to bring you up to date with tonight, you know, because I have a lot of other stuff to still sort through. Yeah, but Kim, they're really narrowing that down. They're really they see the errors in that map. So I wouldn't hang your hat on that map entirely, Kim. And well, Dana, the second PPP, it has been a frustrating process, and for UN banks, and I'm expecting that to free up in this week. Yeah, I would wait till Monday, Dana. I wouldn't apply to another bank before Monday. Just let's see what happens in the next couple of days if your approval comes through from your bank. But if you don't have it in your hand by Monday, I would be, yes, you can apply at another one. So that will happen. But it has been a couple-week process. It really, a lot of things stopped at the end of February with the SBA and banks, even though they announced this 2-week window. When they announced this 2-week window and announced that there would be a formula change, it was also the time, yes, just a little bit longer, Dana. I don't want you to be, just a little bit longer on patience. Because when they announced this change in the math, okay, they really screwed things up. And banks said, whoa, what do we do here? Okay, and it was also at the same time that they announced this window for small business, was the same time the SBA was shutting down its forgiveness systems to apply new form updates and things. Yeah, they're only forgiving the EIDL advance. They are not forgiving the EIDL. They are only forgiving the EIDL advance. The EIDL itself is not forgiven. The EIDL advance is forgiven. So just to clarify on Sarah's comment there, the EIDL, they are not forgiving EIDLs. Payments are starting on EIDLs starting April 1st for many of you. April 1st, May 1st, EIDL payments are due. The EIDL advance, okay, which was only a grant if you did not get a PPP, under the legislation that happened, that changed, and the EIDL advance is now a grant all the way around. So the advance only is a grant. Yeah, the second PPP has been problematic with a lot the processing system. So, the SBA has updated their systems. The banks have been working on it, but if you don't have by Monday, Tuesday at the latest, then I would, your PPP, if it's been a few weeks, Dana, then yes, it's okay, because I want to make sure you get that. And again, we only have till the end of the month. In none of the legislation coming out of Congress right now is that extended. And part of that is because they're trying to really spend this money with the new calculation. So the new calculation is going to allow a whole bunch of money to people that are Schedule C filers. So this is a really good thing. No, you're fine, Sarah. It's all good. It's all good, because the EIDL advance, getting that as a grant now is a wonderful thing. And the fact that they're going back and filling in. I mean, that's what I really heard from the SBA a lot this week, that they're really working with people to get that out there and to get that money to people, because they know, I mean, 10 grand is 10 grand, okay? That's still real money, okay? It's not a Land Rover and it's not an $800,000 house money, but it's still real money. I still think we should use these as Airbnbs and hold a mini conference, these fancy houses people are buying with it. I mean, how freaking stupid. I think of the movie Ocean's 11. At the end of that, movie where the casino owner says, run, hide. If I see you buying a fancy car next week in Palm Springs, I'd be very disappointed. Every time I read one of these, I'm like, don't you people watch the movies? They're going to catch you. You buy a freaking, people are stupid. People are stupid. Criminals are stupid. That's why they get caught. Oh. Well, folks, tonight, many of you already know is the anniversary of Cassandra and I's first date, and dinner is waiting downstairs, so I'm going to hop off. But this video and everything that I talk about here, everything, it's money to pay employees. Exactly, Kitty. This video and everything I talk about here goes over to narcs.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. Noon, I'm telling you. Everything's over there. All the files, all the forms, and a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and ring the Disney bell. Ring the Disney bell. That's how you know when another one drops. You can also share it with all your friends. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker. We're going to help everybody get across the finish line. I am here live in the Nards Private Facebook group every night, live at more 8 than ish. That's where you find me. But if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Tonight we're on page 186. 186 if you were not here for our good morning. Good morning. Set the thermostat for your heart today. The temp where you like it. You know yourself. You know what you need. Take your time. Our good night tonight is good night. Set the thermostat for your heart tonight. The temp where you like it. You know yourself. You know what you need. Take your time. Dana, it is not too late to apply for the EIDL. You can apply for the EIDL. Whether you'll get the advance or not is still up in the air, but you can absolutely still get the EIDL. That is extended through the end of the year. So you have time on that, but sooner is always better, and it won't take you long to do the application. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even, an SBA's getting you money party. I don't know. We'll party again in the future. Actually, you can't use your SBA stuff for an SBA got you money party. Just saying. We will party again, and we will be in person again. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.